This is Riley. Riley is sitting on the couch, watching a nature documentary on TV. Penguins move together across the ice. They stay close, follow the same rhythm. When the group stops, they stop. When the group moves, they move. And then one penguin slows down. It doesn't rush to keep up. It lingers slightly behind, watching the group move forward, and it stays on its own. Riley notices it, but doesn't dwell on it. It doesn't feel like it means anything. It doesn't seem important, because Riley has never been the one who stays behind. Riley goes. Riley is the friend who checks the group chat on Thursday night and sends the message, "Anyone want to get together this weekend?" Riley is the one who offers their place, even if the apartment isn't perfect and the couch is a little too small. Riley pulls the table closer, brings out extra chairs, picks up snacks on the way home from work. Riley starts preparing a day in advance. The cleaning begins with the bathroom. Riley wipes the sink, cleans the mirror, scrubs the shower, replaces the towels with fresh ones. Then comes the vacuum. Every room, every corner. After that, the mop slowly passing over the floors, even in places no one will really notice. That night, even though it's late, Riley makes dessert, something simple but homemade. A cake, cookies, or something that can sit in the fridge. The kitchen smells warm and familiar. When everything is done, Riley washes the dishes, wipes the counters, and goes to bed thinking about what still needs to be done in the morning. The next day starts early. Riley begins preparing the food slowly, chops vegetables, sets things aside, checks recipes even though they already know them. Moving back and forth between the kitchen and the living room, Riley imagines where people will sit, where plates will go, how the evening will unfold. None of this feels forced. It feels careful. It feels like making space for other people. Just before people arrive, there's a quiet moment Riley always has. The house is ready. The food is prepared. Riley runs through a mental checklist, everything clean, everything in place, good enough. When people arrive, Riley makes sure everyone has something to drink, somewhere to sit, someone to talk to. Riley notices who came alone, who looks tired, who hasn't said much. Without making a big deal of it, Riley refills glasses, guides the conversation, creates space. When a friend mentions they've had a rough week, Riley listens closely. Sometimes Riley brings food. Sometimes Riley just goes and sits quietly. No fixing, no advice, just being there. Riley doesn't see this as anything special. It's simply what you do when you care about people. Riley doesn't wait to be asked. Riley rarely stops to wonder if it's too much. Riley just does it. If a friend lives far away and suggests meeting halfway, Riley drives the full distance instead. It feels easier than discussing it. When the weather turns bad and others hesitate, Riley still goes. Riley has attended birthday dinners while sick, quietly thinking, it's probably fine. Riley has answered late-night calls while exhausted, thinking, they need me right now. Riley has gone to events that didn't matter much to them, but mattered to someone else. And in Riley's mind, that was enough. Riley doesn't keep score. There's no list in their head, no quiet tally of sacrifices. This isn't a strategy, it's simply how Riley learned to move through relationships. Riley believes that showing up is how you show people they matter. For a long time, this feels good. People thank Riley. They hug Riley a little longer. They talk about how reliable Riley is, how generous, how thoughtful. Sometimes they say, I don't know what we'd do without you. Hearing that makes Riley feel warm. It feels like proof that Riley is doing friendship the right way. But slowly, without being noticed, something changes. At first, it's small things. Riley suggests plans and the responses come later. Not no, just later. When Riley can't make it to something, no one seems particularly worried. When Riley says they're overwhelmed, people say, take care of yourself, and the conversation moves on. Riley doesn't blame anyone. No one is being unkind. No one is doing anything wrong. Still, a quiet feeling settles in Riley's chest, a question without a name. Riley's birthday comes around. A few people show up, but not everyone. One friend cancels last minute. Another forgets to bring what they said they would. It's fine. Riley smiles, says it's no problem, and it is fine, mostly. But later, when the night ends and the house is quiet again, that feeling returns. Small, heavy, unspoken. One winter day, Riley gets sick. Really sick. The kind where even standing up feels difficult. For the first time in months, Riley cancels plans, sends the message, apologizing more than necessary. And everyone understands. Everyone says it's completely fine. No one is upset. No one is disappointed. That's when something clicks. If Riley had said no all those other times, it would have been fine. If Riley hadn't driven the long distance, hadn't hosted while tired, hadn't gone out in the rain, no one would have been angry. No one would have thought less of Riley. All that pressure hadn't been coming from them. It had been coming from Riley. Riley had been giving more than anyone asked for, more than anyone expected, and then quietly feeling hurt when no one gave the same thing back. But no one knew they were supposed to. Riley had never said it was hard. Riley had never said they were tired. Riley had never asked for help. Riley had just kept taking the first step, assuming that one day someone would notice and do the same. Riley sits with this realization for a while. It isn't dramatic. There's no confrontation, no long conversations. Just a quiet understanding that Riley had been measuring friendship by sacrifice. And that isn't what friendship actually is. So, Riley slowly begins to change things. When someone suggests plans and Riley is tired, Riley says so. When hosting feels like too much, Riley suggests meeting somewhere else. When the distance is long and the weather is bad, Riley stays home. And nothing falls apart. People understand. Plans are rescheduled. Sometimes they offer to come to Riley instead. Some even seem relieved, like Riley saying no gave them permission to be honest too. Riley stops expecting people to read minds. When Riley needs help, Riley asks. When something feels off, Riley says it calmly. Riley's friendships don't end. From the outside, they barely change at all. But internally, something shifts. Riley stops keeping score. Stops measuring who texts first, who travels farther, who remembers what. Riley goes when it feels right, and rests when it doesn't. And strangely, Riley feels closer to people this way. Not because Riley is doing more, but because Riley is performing less, trying less to prove their worth. That's when Riley remembers the penguin. The way it didn't rush, the way it didn't follow the rhythm when everyone else did, the way it allowed itself to be on its own for a moment. Riley realizes something then. Moving with the group isn't wrong. Being there for people isn't a mistake. But never stopping, that's the real issue. Riley doesn't have to be there every time and every moment for every plan. Sometimes not going isn't distancing yourself from people, it's making space for yourself. After that, Riley still goes, still cares, still meets friends, invites them over, answers messages, but not automatically, not at the cost of rest, not every time. And after a long while, for the first time, Riley feels balanced, present, at peace.